Hey guys, what's up? Anthony, aka Tony Perks, and today is another great episode of Unpack Your Bag Podcast. We dive deep into Kanye West's presidential rally where he had his whole meltdown and, talking about $1 million for everybody who's pregnant. We discuss the bipolar condition that he has. We also dive into work email related issues that you have where you don't want to get caught up. So we give you some tips on how to not get caught in an emo war and how to deal with some family drama. Everybody has family drama. So if you want some good value and some tips on how to navigate and deal with your life, go ahead and watch this podcast and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks so much. Unpack your bag.
Got it.
All right, we're good. We're center. Hello.
What's up?
Hi.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back again.
I'm back again.
We're back again. We're back again one more time on the Unpack Your Bag podcast. Hi. Thanks, Chantel, for returning again numerous times. This is just amazing and great. And I enjoy talking to you.
Hey, this is fun. This is legit fun. I look forward to it. I like it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get this out of the way right now. First of all, my hairline's messed up. Just going to put that out there. Disclaimer. Y'all see me? Yeah, I didn't get a haircut. It's quarantine still.
It's the quarantine
Yeah,
look.
It's a quarantine cut, It's just no cut. And then on top of it, I'm drinking this new Stella summer edition, whatever. I don't know how to say this. Artois. I'm gonna sound refined, like I know stuff. Artois. It's Artois. Excuse me. So I'm drinking this, trying this out, and
it tastes like the same old Stella.
It just tastes slightly heavier. That's the only thing I noticed. It's slightly heavier. Have you had Shock Top, the beer?
I have. I don't like Shock Top.
Really? Like the Belgian white one?
Yeah, I do not like that.
Okay, so that beer, you can't drink multiples. It's like one beer for a dinner type of drink. And I feel like this is very similar. It's like a beer you're going to have with a meal.
Gotcha.
But we tried it.
But that's why I like Stella, because it's typically a very light beer, which is what I'm accustomed to. I don't really do lagers, but this is a lager, so
yeah, I don't care for it. But I just want to try something new. Why not?
Gotta be fancy.
I'm not gonna lie. I went on my lunch break and I had 30 minutes, so I had to hurry up. And I want to go to the store, so I went to the liquor store. So I was let me just go in here to the gas station real quick.
Let me get whatever beer you got.
What y'all got? And he's like, "Is that good?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just trying to buy it."
What you asking me for? I never had it before.
I'm like, I don't know. It's brand new. It just probably came like a week ago. I don't know. So.
I really hate when people ask you stuff that you don't know. I was going on a hike and the man was like, "Are you about to do the Eden Falls?" I was like, "Yeah." White dude, him and his girl. And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you mind if I go with you?" And I was like, and I just looked back at him like, "Yeah, you can." I was like, I don't know where I'm going, but if you want to walk in my direction, you can. Why do you want to follow me? Because I would never do that. I would never.
Hey, can we go with you? We have no idea where we're going.
I may follow you, right? But I'm never gonna. I may follow you if I don't know where I'm going. But hey,
by the way, I'm gonna follow you right now.
But I'm not gonna put it out there. That's weird.
I'm just gonna slowly kind of be behind. And kind of just trot along with you, I don't know. That is kind of weird.
It's weird. And then he asked me, he was like, "Do you mind if I wear my mask?" I was like, "Why would I mind if you wear your mask, bro?" This whole interaction is so weird to me.
Wait, this is outside, right?
We are outside. And he's looking at me and I don't have my mask on, right? Because again, we're outside. You don't walk up on me. I don't need it.
Yeah,
and he's like, do you mind if I wear my mask while we're hiking? And I'm like,
well, first of all, the only thing he would ask is, do you mind if I don't wear my mask? That would be the only thing you would ask, because what would you care if they wore their mask?
And my response was, why would I care if you wear your mask?
Thank you.
Why would I care if you wear your mask?
It doesn't even make sense to ask the question.
And then he just kind of, and I guess he felt the perturbedness of my spirit when I responded to him, because he just looked, he was like, "Yeah, why would you care if I wore?" I was like, I don't give a shit.
I don't even know why you asked this question, dummy.
Who are you?
Yeah, why are you asking me this? I don't even care or know you to know.
So let me get this straight. You want to follow me and you want my approval to wear your mask? This not gonna work.
You got some issues you need to work out.
This not gonna work. White people strange. I probably shouldn't say that on the podcast.
Low key,
because we love everybody. We love everybody, but some people.
I do got some good white folks, but there are some crazy ass white folks.
Some things are just strange.
Yeah, I know, and it's just. I'm just gonna leave it at that. The less you say, the better.
we're gonna move on. So the topic for today is, I don't know.
We actually never know, to be honest. We just wing this every single time. But
you're not supposed to tell the people that.
I know. I'm actually joking, because I do have a topic right here, but I'm looking it up because we're gonna talk about the Kanye West rant. Because we just had it talked about it, and then it came up so perfectly. But they're gonna be really quick on this one. Because honestly, I didn't even watch it. I just seen snippets of it. And what we discussed last week was literally what you said was, I was like, I think he's a genius, but you said that he needs to know how to express himself correctly to be qualified as a genius, and I agreed. And watching the thing with snippets now, which I don't even need to watch the whole thing to know what he meant. Right. Yeah, you're right. Like, he doesn't know how to communicate effectively to get his point across in a clear manner, which makes you think he's insane.
So let me add another layer to this. When I walked into work this morning, right, I'm sharing my space, my little classroom, my little room, if you will, with somebody else. And that's the first thing that she wants to talk about. Okay. It's like, did you hear about Kanye? I was like, what did he do now? Right. And she's like, oh, he went on this rant at his first presidential rally and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. But what she's telling me doesn't sound unlike things that he's done in the past. So I didn't realize that this was a new rant that he had just gone on.
This is just like yesterday, day before.
This is a new rant. And then she tells me that he is a diagnosed
bipolar.
Yes. Diagnosed bipolar disorder. And she's like,
I think that came out last year. The beginning of last year. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So then now, even when we were recording last week and we were talking about this, I did not know. I did not know that. I didn't have that information. Now that I have it, I feel bad for bro. Yeah. Now that I know, I feel bad. I feel bad.
Really?
Yeah, because when you're like, and I don't have any mental health issues that I know of.
I was like, are you sure? We are a little crazy, just
I am. And one thing that I know that I deal with personally is like emotions. I'm pretty emotional. I'm a pretty emotional person. Right. And I know what it's like to be trapped there, right? And my emotions and trying to fight my way out of that back to some sort of logic, a functional mental health space, a functional thought pattern after being in an emotional space, right? So I know what that feels like. So I cannot imagine what it's like for him, because it's more so amplified. It's just what I was feeling, but like on a million
steroids. And then on top of you got the world looking at you, like everyone is looking at you, all the pressure of that, know. And I mean, I didn't think about the mental health aspect when we're talking about it, but how I look at it is like, he's so in the state that he can't even bring himself out. I don't even think he knows he's in the state because he feels so validated at the moment of you're expressing how you feel. Yes. And these are all things that you really feel real and true to you. And you're trying to let the world know and people just don't understand. And that makes you even more frustrated because no one gets what you're saying.
And it just contributes to what I can imagine is an extremely manic stage where you go from extremely excited, manic all the time to a very low, because in the times of your mania, I can only imagine that you're looking back on that and you're like, they don't understand me. They don't get it. They don't get me. I'm trying to do this. You know what I mean? And like brings you down into a very deep emotional space that you may not be capable of getting yourself out of.
Yeah. And I will say this about him, about the whole situation too, is I do respect the fact that he was really honest, because you don't see a lot of people that admit the truth, even if it's like detrimental to themselves to a certain degree. But he was putting it all out there, how he was thinking about having his wife have an abortion and all this stuff, even though he's against abortion. But at the time he was saying like how he was telling her to do it and pressuring her and this and that, and how his dad didn't want him, and his dad didn't want his mom to have an abortion. And the fact that I think what I respect is the fact that you're willing to be that vulnerable. Because there's some stuff I would never talk about in the podcast. You know what I mean? There's some stuff that as much as I love y'all, there's some stuff I won't bring all my personal life into it. Right. But he seems like he's bringing every part of his personal life into the spotlight, which is a very vulnerable spot for somebody, especially with a mental condition.
Remember when we were talking about emotions? That is, your emotions can be so amplified and so elevated to the point where it's hard to see past it. That's all you see, right? So I guess it seems like in his state, like that's all he saw, right? Was the emotional responses, you know what I mean, to the significant moments in his life, right? And he's just like verbally vomiting his emotions for the world to see in front of everybody. Like whether or not, your dad told your mom to abort you, like that's emotional. That is like, what the heck? Like I couldn't even be here right now. And then to see that parallel show up in your own life with your own daughter, who you now have, who I can imagine you now love. Right. But to have that show up in your own life, that has to be an extremely traumatic wound that's open, that has not healed, and then is amplified because of the emotional mental health issues that he has, which is really what makes me feel. It makes me feel bad for him. It makes me feel bad for him.
And it sucks because you can see the pain that he was going through, because he started crying on stage, and like if you look at the political stance of like political people, they don't show emotions like that in front of everybody, number one. So number two, you get up there like putting all this stuff out there, information out there that true, not true, it's true to you at this point. Right. And then on top of it, like you're up there like feeling the emotions of all the stuff you're going through in front of the world. Right. And then on top of it, the mental illness part is like
at a presidential rally.
Yeah, which is totally, and I mean, he was all over the place. From what I've seen, he was definitely all over the place. But I respect the fact that you just be you. I think overall,
I can appreciate that.
With people, like, whether I hate you or love you, I like people just being themselves, honestly.
Yes,
like
for sure,
mental illness,
100%,
not mental illness.
100%.
If I hate your guts,
100%, like, whoever you are, be it.
Like if you're a white supremacist, if you just up front and say you hate me up front rather than be fake, I respect that.
I know how to deal with you.
Yeah, I don't need.
I know how to deal with you
like that. Yeah, but you being honest and being you is what I respect, and that's why I like him so much, because after even doing this situation, he's still putting it out there and not holding back like what you would do to protect yourself. He's like, I'm gonna be me.
But with that being said, do you want him to be president?
No, right now, no.
Why?
I think he would be better as an advisor than the president.
A presidential advisor.
I mean, to advise a different look at something more than to make a decision.
So like start smaller, bro. Yeah. Like maybe not with the presidency.
Yeah, right? I think you start somewhere where you can have somewhat of influence to kind of pick, see how it feels. But as a president, no, not at this moment. No, no, not at all.
Because I hear what you're saying about the vulnerability, and I think it's beautiful. Trust me, I do. However, there's this stigma attached to people in power, right? Having this vulnerability with the mental health issues, with the emotional, like the last thing that you want really is for your leaders to be making emotional decisions, right?
Right, exactly.
That's the last thing that you want.
Exactly.
And even though being in touch with your emotions is beautiful, even though having mental health issues is okay as long as you're getting treatment, right? The same way that you would get treatment if you broke your arm, right?
Or exactly. Or you had a cold or something, like you go
exactly.
to
the same thing. And I believe it's the same thing if you're in a position where you're able to get help. However,
yeah, I understand.
However,
okay.
I don't want that in a president. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want that in a president. I wouldn't want that person to,
because you make a lot
lead
of brash
me
decisions.
On my job, right?
You make a lot of brash decisions being in an emotional state because you're not thinking as clearly as you can,
right?
And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't think as president. No, I think as a person who can look at things differently than the rest of people, and then give a different insight than the person who is mentally why is this going off? Sorry. Mentally stable can make a better decision based on all the objective facts now that you've seen him differently.
Okay.
I think that's a better spot for him more than at least this point. Maybe years on the road when he's like, more, and I wouldn't say calm, but more like he's more in touch to be able to communicate better.
When he's not in a position where he's being led or he's doing things, making decisions out of a mental illness that's unchecked.
Yeah.
Or emotions that have gone unchecked, right? Because we bury shit, and that's so.
And I think that's a big factor that plays into the whole mental illness thing. Because
I think so too.
If you don't have, like, you can be bipolar. I mean, this is just elaboration. I don't know if this is true, but how I look at it, my brother's bipolar and I have ADHD. So if you look at it like I lost my train of thought. Damn it.
It's that ADHD kicking in. I'm just playing.
I literally had a good point.
I'm just playing.
I lost my train of thought. All right.
But to what you're saying, we don't necessarily want those qualities in a leader, because if you cannot lead or move or make decisions out of a place that's not emotional, I personally, right, in my small scope of work, don't want to make decisions out of emotions because it's detrimental. It can be detrimental.
Yeah.
So imagine that on a larger scale, on a larger impact, right?
And a larger emotional like swing. Like
Boom.
It's one thing to be like kind of upset and make a decision. It's one thing to be like, yo, I'm over the top excited, then I'm over the top over here, then I'm over the top, or I'm down below in the 5 minutes.
Like it's one thing to send an angry email. I do it often, right? Like I do it often.
Really?
Not like cussing people out, but like
you can tell the intent in the email.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. And it goes back, and like the number one way you could tell, and this is like a huge subject swing, the number one way you could tell is when people start CCing unnecessary people
just to get proof
on the email. That shit pisses me off. Why are there 15 people on this email? Why? Because if there's 15 people on there, I don't need to be. So why? Again, like responding out of emotion would be like, you know, if you got something to say to me, say it to me, and not my supervisor, my supervisor's my supervisor's boss's supervisor, my supervisor's assistant, and everybody else in the building. Like, bro, this should have been a one-on-one conversation. Again,
that's a trap.
And that's an emotional reaction that I just had when I could have just been like, thank you. I could have just been like, thank you.
But you know how you stay out of traps? This is what I've learned. So especially in email war.
Share.
Hi guys. This is what you do. I've learned through the years of doing office culture and stuff. Not years, like a year and a half. What you do is
years.
I know. Year and a half. We won't go into years. What you do is you never answer a statement directly. You always ask a clarifying question to what they're saying.
Okay. Go.
Okay, so what you do is say someone's like, oh, did you read the employee handbook about so and so? And it says this, and then you just ask like, what part in it does it state so and so and so?
Right.
You know, you don't say yes, I did or no, I did, and then they say yeah, it says it right here, and then you say like, are we referring to this over every single time we do this particular step for this particular thing for the manual in this part? And then they say yes, and then they answer the question that they're asking you to answer, and you walk away.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Mind blown. Because look,
that's what you do.
I have been trying to be like, people have been trying to teach me this. I can imagine for like years, right? Because people
are you sure it's years or a year and a half?
Like, no, at least I've been at doing what I'm doing for almost 5 years now,
okay,
right?
So,
Same place
and
everything.
Years, okay.
So it's been a minute, like 24. Yeah, it's been about 5-6 years. So, and I just don't get it. Like, I don't get it, because they'll be like, well, what about X, Y, and Z? And I'll be like, no, right? I'll just immediately have, again, what's an emotional reaction or emotional response to that question. But really what it is the question game. You remember the question game?
No.
I taught little kids at the Boys and Girls Club how to play the question game.
What's the question game? I don't know.
So the question game is, no matter what is being asked or talked about, you have to follow it up with a question.
Yes.
You have to, right? And I have become a pro at this game, except for in the work setting, right? Or for whatever reason, it flies right out the window. Somebody asks me a question, I'm gonna be like, that don't make no sense, right?
Oh
like,
you gotta, wow.
My mouth needs Jesus. My mouth needs Jesus. Okay, my facial expressions need Jesus. Like, okay, so look, funny story.
Okay, you have facial expressions where you can't hide it, huh?
Yes.
Oh my, yes. I don't understand.
I have been in meetings where my supervisor, my principal, has said, "Fix your face." Right, and
really?
she'll just
say all low key, like,
she'll just say it to me real quick, and there'll be something will happen. I'll be like,
wait, are you not aware this is going on with your face?
I feel like I know, but like I don't care, because what you said is so ridiculous that it's like, what other face am I supposed to make to this ridiculous shit that was just said right now?
My gosh.
And the fact that y'all are looking normal, it's like y'all don't know that this shit is ridiculous. So I have a crazy look on my face, like what? Like, and then I'll look around for I'm looking around for confirmation. Like,
am I the only one thinking this is crazy?
Y'all the only one.
You know, that's so foreign to me, only because I grew up and like, okay, I told you last time I have a disabled brother. And so he's like autistic and bipolar, but he's deaf. So he reads your facial expressions. Like, you don't have to say you're mad, but if he even thinks that you look like you're mad, then it might be like a problem, you know? So I have always had to figure out how to like, not like be mad aloof. And just be like nothing is there, like and I'm pissed inside, I'm raging inside, but my facial expression is nothing. Like, you wouldn't even tell. So I think it's easier for me because I've trained literally my whole life. But for the average person, maybe it's not, and I have to get used to that part. Like,
it's hard. Like,
you
need to teach a class.
Like, how don't you guys teach a class? Just don't make it known that you have a feeling about it.
So check this out.
Just be quiet and don't look. Don't roll. The worst thing is roll your damn eyes. Don't. You be like, I know people that are very close to me that do like this. And I'm like, you didn't even know you rolled your eyes? No.
I don't roll them like a 12-year-old anymore with like the extra blinks, but I will definitely be like, and like look away real quick. Like, that was stupid.
Like, just all you gotta do is focus and still think they're stupid, but have no penetrating movements.
It don't work like
this.
that.
Like, look at me, like, so stupid, so dumb,
like, and
so retarded what you just said.
My face
and just boom,
and my mouth. I'm not. So look, I'm on the. I told you I wake up every morning and I pray with my prayer partner, right?
Yeah.
So my roommate works the graveyard shift, okay? And he comes in as I'm getting dressed for work,
okay?
Right? And he likes to go take a 30-minute shower in the bathroom that we share while I'm getting dressed for work.
Okay.
I think it's selfish.
30 minutes?
I don't know. Probably not that long. I'm probably
no, but I'm just saying. I'm like, hold on, like that's a long shower though. I'm just saying, it's a lot of hot water.
Is he has the rest of the day. You don't have to be at work again until 10 p.m. You have the rest of the day to get dressed. I'm on a timeline, right?
For sure. Okay.
So I'm on the phone. I'm praying like I do every single morning. He comes in and I'm in the middle of praying, right? And he's like, Chantel, right through the door, which is closed, right? At 6 o'clock in the morning while I'm praying, right?
When you know I'm praying, don't interrupt. You should.
I don't know if he knows, but that's not the point, right? I don't know if he knows, but my door is closed at 6 o'clock in the morning. That should mean like, we don't need to have conversation. It's early in the morning, bro. Take your ass to bed. So I'm in the middle of praying and I'm like, and right as I'm saying, like, you know, God help me to be the physical embodiment of who you are on this earth. He's like, Chantel. And I'm like, I try to ignore him, right? I try to ignore him. But again, my face is looking real fucked up. I'm like, face looking real fucked up, right? And I try to ignore him. And I'm like, Lord, set a guard around my mouth. Like, I'm trying to put...
Be careful what you ask for.
I'm trying to put all the things on the altar that I need help with, y'all. Like, I'm struggling, right? I'm struggling. So I need Jesus to intervene in my life. So I am praying. And again...
Oh, my God.
You about to get in the shower right now? And I was like...
You interrupt my time, bro.
Yes, right? And again... Lord, I'm trying to stay focused, right? And he knocks on the door the third time, and I'm like, nigga, what? Like in the middle of prayer, my prayer partner is on the phone. In the middle of me praying, I literally said, nigga, what? No, I'm about to get in the shower. You can't get in right now, nigga. Wait, damn. Like,
oh my God,
let him have it, right? Oh. And then it's still somebody on the phone.
I'm imagining if I'm the person on the phone, like, what the hell they
praying? And then, what happened in the middle of our holy moment, like we were just talking to Jesus.
Nigga!
Like I went from talking to Jesus to like, nigga, what? No, God, like going up, right?
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
And she does not say a word, which is good. She does not say a word, right? But then I'm like, Jesus, trying to summon the spirit after that, like trying to get my mind right to pray.
Refresh my spirit right now, please.
Like I was like,
that is really hard to go back into. Jesus, I'm not gonna lie, that is hard.
It was so hard. It was so hard, and I was like, Lord, I felt bad after because I was like, I done fucked up. I'm asking God to put a guard around my mouth, and the minute somebody get on my nerves, the guard go out the window, and I'm like, God. Right, and I'm talking crazy. So
that's why you always say be careful what you ask for, because when you ask for something, it's gonna come into a test. Like, oh yeah, you want to be patient? Let me bring everything into your life that is gonna make you patient. With oh my God,
and I'm failing. Like this mouth thing, I'm telling you, this mouth thing and this emotional thing is something that I am failing epically at, which is why I was like, damn, I feel bad for bro now. Now that I know it's a mental health, now I see it because I see the ways that I struggle, right?
Right.
But people talking crazy. I
see,
girl, me too. Like, man, me too. I feel it. Like, maybe we should start a support group, right? Like, where we're not going to say the things that pop into our minds. We're going to control our faces. If y'all want to start a support group and help a sister out,
because let me know. It's a very good skill to have when you need to use it.
In every area of life. In every area of life. You want to be professional. You want to be an attorney. You want to be a doctor. You want to have your own TV show. All of this shit.
I will say this though. The one thing that does happen to me that I know that you can see, but you don't know what it is, but you know it's something, is I don't show I don't show the expression of anger or sadness, but when I get uncomfortable where I know I'm pissed and I'm gonna go off on you, or I'm really upset, my left eye will twitch like, and then people will look at me like, and in my head I'm like, they see my eye twitching, they must think I'm crazy, but I feel kind of crazy right now. But don't show them nothing, don't show them shit. And I'm just sitting there,
and
like,
the whole time
your
like, left eye twitching,
and I'm just like, please stop, please stop, please stop. That's the only giveaway that you can tell that something emotionally is going on in me. Outside of that, nothing else.
Stoic.
I can literally
Stone
smile in the face of anger. Literally any emotion I need to have, I can have it. But inside, I will feel the real emotion. But facial expression, I just like no.
Only if I know somebody is trying to hurt me directly. Like if somebody breaks up with me, right, in person or whatever, then I'm like, whatever, right?
Okay. It's like all right,
whatever.
Cool.
I ain't gonna trip.
Okay,
I ain't tripping. But I'm gonna be screwed up. I'm gonna be messed up.
So deep down, you'll be
deep down. I'm messed up for like the next 2 weeks. For the next 2 weeks, I'm out of pocket, like all over the place. It's a spectrum, but like in the moment, I'm gonna be like, that's cool.
See, that's how I am. That's exact. That see, do that same thing for everything else. That's what you have to not have to, but if you can learn to do that, then it'll make your facial expressions not be able to be read. But that's hard to do. But it goes by their intention. When you know they're trying to fuck with you, like it's like, oh, I'm not gonna let you see it.
Yes.
I'll go cry by myself. But you ain't gonna know that.
Especially with friends and stuff, because friends or relationships or lovers or whatever, like they know you well enough to know the shit that's gonna piss you off.
And why is it the closest ones always do the worst, bro? I'll be like, yo, like I know.
And then at that moment, you're like, you're trying to trigger me, right? And I'll catch myself.
But it's like, oh, I want to be triggered right now because I'm about to beat your ass because I could do it because we family.
You're trying to trigger me, and I'm not gonna allow it, so I'm gonna walk away. But then I don't know who says some out of pocket shit, I'm gonna be like, yo, what?
See, I'm more reverse. If you're close, I'll probably go off on you a lot earlier than I would if I'm not close to you.
Because if I'm close to you, I want to talk everything out. Like I want to talk everything out. So why did you feel that way? How did I make you feel that way? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Like I really thought that we was just doing this and
wow. That's
I want to talk everything out because I mean we was raised in the power of love where we where conflict is healthy, right? And we tell the truth in love, right?
Yeah, that's
I
very
live my
true.
life that way. So especially people that I love in my friendships, I'll be like, well, what about this? Could we do this? Like I didn't mean to make you feel that way. So what can I do to make you not feel that way? Or
okay, I can see that. I think
all the time
because I'm used to like when I get to that point in my family, I'm used to like getting to the point where I get angry, then I'm just going to fight. I don't want to talk anymore because if we talk and then I get pissed, then I don't care about talking because at this point, conversation's over. But that's with my family. But I was raised that way. So it's very hard not to be that way.
With the family.
Yeah, because it's like, yo, like after we talk and you don't get my point, you ain't trying to hear it, fuck you, then let's just get down.
That's it.
And then we could be cool.
Let's just get down and then we could be cool.
It don't really matter. Like you ain't gonna hear me, I'm not gonna hear you. Let's just fight and then we can squash it and then it's over.
That's where boys are different.
Like it's just so much easier.
That's where boys are different.
Oh, we got like 3 minutes. Dang.
We be talking fast.
I know. I thought that it was gonna go slower, to be honest.
It always goes by really, really fast. But I feel like we be having
deep,
just conversations that flow naturally.
It's good though, because like honestly, I would punch somebody. Really hard. And the thing is,
on that note,
no. But the funny thing is, I'm come off as a very reserved, like docile kind of person, and people like to test me, but then they don't know like I have a very other side I could be very violent if need be.
I like to think that I'm really even kiltered, right? Because that's the facade, if you will, that I give off to other people, kind of like what you were saying. But I'm not. I'm not even kiltered. And only the people who really know me know that.
Yeah.
The people who really know me be like, nah, she emotional, she moody, she's sensitive, she funny, right? Like there's like a scale.
Because I can tell, I know just from knowing you, just to the degree that I know you, like I can tell you're sensitive, but you don't show this sensitivity off. You don't show it unless like you trust the person. To the world, I'm strong. To the world and to people I don't know and people that I don't allow in, I am super like, whatever, I got this. Step your game up, right? Level your bars, right? But when I get home, like having that, but seriously, having that image to the world, especially that goes back to like strong Black women and stuff. Sometimes we have no choice, right? Our character
we produce character based off environment, right? Are the things that are around us, right? So sometimes environment forces us to be strong, but the truth is I don't think I don't want to feel that all the time. Like, I don't want to have to be strong. I don't want to have to put out every fire. I don't want to have to be capable and I'll do it all the time. Sometimes I don't want to do it. Sometimes I don't want, you know what I mean? Sometimes I just need a minute which is why when I'm at home or by myself in my quiet moments, I am not those things because I don't want to have to be. So I need the people who really, really know me to understand that.
I get that. And pause that because we're going to continue this. Pause. Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in and watching the episode of Unpack Your Bag Podcast. I really hope you guys got some value from this. I hope there's some good takeaways. Whatever you guys did get and what are your thoughts, please put it in the comments below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. So until next time, guys, thank you so much. That was part 1 of this podcast. It will be part 2 coming up very soon. So look at the dates and everything and we'll get you started. Until next time, guys, your turn to go unpack your bag. See you later, guys. Peace, love, hair grease. Talk to you soon. Yeah.